Hi friends, Simit here from informedtrades.com. Today is March 3rd, 2014. Time for our daily Forex chart review. Basically, in this session, I conduct each day at around 8 a.m., 8:15 a.m. New York time, which is 1:15, 1 o'clock, 1:15 GMT. Review 20-some Forex charts, daily charts, share the trades I'm placing on my perspective as a trader. I'm a price action swing trader looking at the daily charts. Of course, that's just my approach. It's just to give an idea as to one trader's approach. Of course, we have a whole bunch of other learning material, lots of strategies, other educational material over at informedtrades.com. So the material I'm presenting is unfamiliar to you, you want to clarify on that, you want to explore lots of other information, check out Informed Trades, register, participate, and continue your education as a trader. Okay, right now on the screen, each month I like to do a recap of my trading, which I think is something that's productive for all traders, regardless of your methodology. On the screen right now, you can see my performance in the month of February, looking at the closed trades I placed in the month of February. And this is through a service called myfxbook.com, which I also think is a great service for automatically logging your trades. Basically, I had 11 trades that I closed in February. 5 were winners, 4 were losers, and 2 were break-evens. This is a table that illustrates, so that netted me a gain of 2.41%. In January, I was down 2.09%. So for the year, I'm only up 0.27%. Still glad to be back in the positive. Of course, there's a lot more work to be done. I'm pretty satisfied with my level of distribution. I wasn't too much focused on a single currency. I like that. I like the idea of diversifying and spreading across the board. Average holding time tended to be about 1 week. I did have a short Kiwi dollar trade that ended up being 2.5 weeks. Average reward risk, well, this isn't entirely accurate, but yeah, I guess it's something to be said for being, in the around 3-to-1 range, which is what I shoot for. So that's sort of a recap of what I did in February. Up 0.25% for the year. I think definitely I could have done some things better in February, but overall I'm glad that I think it was a pretty good month. I think I'm continuing to make progress, which is what's most important. Okay, getting started with the charts right now. This is something I mentioned on Informed Trades over the weekend. This on the screen right now is the weekly chart of URA, which is an ETF tracking the largest and most liquid uranium miners. It has crossed above the 50-week moving average for the first time since the Fukushima crisis, which is right over here, 2011. To me, this is I'm a big bull on uranium. I've been accumulating uranium since November of 2012, so right here. From this point on, I've been accumulating uranium, and I think it's in uranium miners, and I think it's a great. I think we're gonna head up, to here and higher. I think it's a great buy. Japan looks like it's going to restart the reactors. The government of Japan just put that forward, and I think that's been a big catalyst for what has enabled the price to rally since December. Anyway, just wanted to highlight that as something I'm looking at. That's really an equities trade or equities consideration. I'll be in the uranium. I've been in the uranium market already for over a year now, a year and 3 months about. And I think it's going to be, probably I'll be holding on to it for a good bit longer. Okay. Now, one trade, I do like to start with the trades I have on at the moment. I only have one order or one trade on in the market at the moment, and that is Aussie yen. Okay, and let me actually, I think I had some charts saved. And I do have a euro. What's about to load on the screen is euro kiwi, and I do have a euro kiwi order on that is not yet filled. And the order is to go long at 62.62. So we'll see if it comes back down there. But anyway, let's go back. Let's take a look at Aussie yen. Okay. Now, big move down here, and this is what I was looking for. I wanted to see a close below this orange line, and we did have that occur. So now I'm going to move my stop to break even, so I can move this red line down to match with this black line. And my exact stop, or my entry order was, and this is, I always like to see when I can move my order back to break even. Um, And the rationale here is that, so here is something of a resistance level here. So we close below this, so I think the market can defend this. If we rally back up here, I think we may have some more bears come in to short. And I don't think I would, but in some pyramiding strategies, I could see that making sense, where you'd even want to add more in a retest here. That may be something to think about at some point. I don't think I'm going to do that now. But my stop here is at 92, or I entered at 92.41, so I'm just going to move my stop there. Okay, so my stop is 92.41. So now if the market totally reverses and hits my stop, I won't lose any money, which is nice. I like moving to break even. This is also something we post on Inform Trades over the weekend. I personally like moving to break even, but it really depends on your style of trading, and you got to make sure whether you are going to do that type of move your stop or how you move your stop, that you do it properly. If you move too early to break even, then you're just going to get stopped out and you're not going to get any trades. Any trades for a profit. Okay, Euro Australian dollar. This is running away. We've been watching this for a while. Needs some type of a pullback. Yeah, I just need more of a pullback here. This black line at bare minimum. Really, this would have been the spot to enter, the perfect spot to enter. 50.31. But I had some other trades on in February for that, so that's okay. Euro Canada. And that's the thing, sometimes you'll see a good opportunity, but you'll choose to take an opportunity somewhere else, and you don't want too much risk exposure ever. So I don't really. There are some trades that look like great opportunity, and not taking them is the correct decision. Okay. Let me see. So now we are Euro Canada. Same story here. Just a second here. I need to take care of something off screen real quick. Okay. Okay, Euro Canada. Yeah, just need to pull back. We've talked about this, basically every day. Need to pull back to the price channel at bare minimum, preferably 49.73. As a swing trader, the trend is clearly up. It's just a matter of waiting for the pullback. Okay, Euro Swiss. I usually don't trade this, but oh wow, broken out of the range south here. Now this is kind of interesting. Like I said, we should start taking a closer look at Euro Swiss. Okay, so that's another level. Now we're getting close to. Let's go to the weekly chart. Right. I mean, this gives you an idea. We've been in this range for so long. Now I think we are going to see a world of buying if we fall to. Let's add one more here. If we fall to right there. Oh. Right around there. That's the weekly. We're not really. It doesn't really show much because the range is going to be tight. So let's zoom out. There we go. Okay, we can actually move this up a little bit. But yeah, if we can fall to 120, 1998, 120 basically, the Swiss National Bank's defending that level. Buying here, having a pretty tight stop, you can put your stop, risk 50 pips and target 124. I think that'd be a great trade. So that'll be something I'm keeping an eye out for. However, we still have a ways to go. Nothing on Euro Swiss yet. Euro pound. Let's zoom back in. Okay, euro pound. Now let's see if we can get back to 82.70. That could be really interesting. Until then, that was where yeah, I just still, well, I got stopped out, basically hit my stop and then reverse back down. But that's life. If it goes to 82.70, that might be a sufficient pullback, clearly in a downtrend. Um, but we'll see. We also have a little bit of pattern of higher lows in place. So I'm still keeping it simple and looking at the downtrend, looking at the moving averages. But you could make an argument that this is, we've tested this twice. We haven't formed new lows. And just to illustrate, there's a price channel. We can start that here. We can take that there. Okay, so maybe this is okay, but I find it interesting that we didn't come down here, which is sort of what I had expected. But in any event, I'm keeping it a little simple. This chart, there's already too much going on in this chart. If it goes to 82.70, we'll look at the candlesticks, and if those confirm, then I'll be entering a short position. Until then, not much to do. Euro yen. Okay, Euro yen, still waiting on this. Let me actually see if my entry orders haven't expired yet. Oh, and they have. So I do need to put this Euro yen order back on, and I'm just going to put it. Normally I set my orders to expire after 1 week. With this pair, I might wait a little longer. We'll see. I'll probably just put it on a weekend. Keep a close eye on it. But that's the same basically. So at 37.80, I still want to go long there basically. Euro Kiwi, and I have an order here already. Yeah. So let's see if we can follow the 62.62. Put this order on Friday. And euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar. I can delete this now. Closed above this line. Yeah. And this one, we could extend this Fibonacci here. Oh, what's going on? Okay, so we can fall to 36.50. Yeah, 36.50. I think that'd be pretty interesting. I'm gonna delete this one just to reduce the clutter. I think that might be pretty interesting. 36.50, maybe 36. I still like to see a fall of 36.50. We'll see. That might be an order I put on tomorrow. And I could put it on today, but I don't want to put an order on too early. You never know. Let's see, maybe there's a huge down candlestick coming. So I just like to give it one more day as we get closer. Now, of course, it could work against me. It might be a huge spike and then goes back up, but I generally prefer to wait and do it as close as I can, not have an entry order sitting on too early in advance. Pound Australian dollar, still waiting for a pullback here. Nothing, same as Euro Australian. We're going to see the same thing with Pound Canada. So, we've broken out of this channel. I see more of a pullback. The market's clearly trending, which is great. I want to be in on that trend, but I'm not going to get in. I'm not going to go in until I get a pullback. Pound Swiss. Okay, this is actually a little interesting because we've fallen to support here. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. I will. Okay, pound Swiss. I will at least with this one now. This is an interesting question of um this goes back to how early should I put the entry order on, and I think I'm going to put an order on pound Swiss today. Um, and I'll put it at this black line, 46.84. In terms of where will I put my stop, the basic idea is we're expecting this range to hold, so I want to put a little out of the range. This is always a challenge. Hmm. The challenge is, where you don't want to put it too close to another support level, because that's where you want to enter at those support levels. You don't really want to put your stop there. You want to put your stop between support levels. So this is where, it really benefits to, you could say this is support level too. Hmm. Maybe if I put my order here, that's good. Let's see. We'll go with 46.80. Um, okay. 46.80, and I'll put this on just as a test of sorts. 46.80, 46.82 to 46.02, and we'll target. And let's make this line red. And we'll target all the way up here. Hmm. Well, Euro Swiss is declining, which would suggest Swiss is rallying. Um, we'll see. I might not put this order on. I'll come back to it. Um, it's something to consider at the moment. Actually put it all the way up here. So that'd be a good reward risk, but we'll see. I think I'd like to enter actually at the 200 exponential moving average here. There, that's a better trade. And I could probably move this stop. It's too far. Something like that. We'll see. Okay, so that's pound Swiss. We'll come back to that. I might put that on. Um, pound yen. Well, this is something I'm watching for as in terms of counter trend trade. Pound yen is now breaking down, which seems like it would be a great, um, really great distribution pattern here. Look at that. That's beautiful. Which precedes a down move. So this could have been a really nice short opportunity. I passed on it. I was thinking about it, but I'm not ready for counter trend trading just yet. The validation of this, though, I really just want to watch this pair fold out. I think I'm going to modify my plan to incorporate counter trend trading a little bit, and I'll write that up on my blog. I've been meaning to do that. Haven't had a chance yet, but I'll get around to that shortly. Pound Kiwi. I'm in Euro Kiwi already. I don't really like this setup as much. If it can fall to one of these black lines, maybe I do like trading it from the long side or buying the dip. I think we're in a bit of an uptrend here, but nothing at this time in light of the price action. Just need to fall a little more. 97.26 maybe for pound Kiwi. Pound dollar. Okay, that's still rallying. This was my best trade for February, one of my best trades ever. I really love this setup here. And I got out like right here. But anyway, still need more of a pullback before we can enter. So nothing I can really do with pound dollar at the moment. If we pull back to 65.55, that might be interesting. Right now we're at 67.37, so we got 180 pips really before we go. Quite a bit of move. Let's see if we can get it. Until then, no real action to take. Dollar Canada. Okay. Dollar Canada, same situation really. This might be a downtrend forming. That's what this reversal candle really signals to me. But we'll see. If I can get a clearer sign that a distribution pattern is forming, I might be interested in going counter trend here. Still though, I'd like to see, it's not the clearest distribution signal just yet, in my opinion. I'm going to be a little selective until if I get something like pound yen again, I'll take that. That was just, 5 tight candles all in a row. Dollar Canada, we have a little more volatility in the price action. It's not totally clear that this is distribution after an uptrend. Dollar Swiss was going to be the same as euro dollar. Big move down. If we can get a pullback to somewhere around here, 89.90 maybe. And just update this. Yeah, we could get pulled back to the 50 simple moving average. Basically, I think that'd be pretty interesting. Yeah, or even 89. That could be interesting. But we'll see. Nothing yet on dollar Swiss, dollar yen. Dollar yen, okay. Yeah, I mean, if we can follow this black line, I think, I'm not sure if I'm going to put my euro yen position back on, but I think I'll put the dollar yen position back on for sure. To me, that looks pretty good. Enter at that black line, 101.31. We'll see what happens. So I'll have that order back on, and dollar Singapore. This was my one, I think the biggest mistake I made in February. I should have gone long here, but I didn't. So now let's see if we fall back to that level. We're at the 50 moving average. Let's see if we can jump above it or we fall below it. Either way, now I'm in the middle, so no real action to take at this time. Okay, so let's look at moving on to Canadian dollar pairs. Canada Swiss. It's gonna be similar to Euro Canada. Yeah, just need that pullback. Clear downtrend here, just like we saw in Euro Canada. Just need a pullback before we can enter. Canada yen. Okay, Canada yen. Need to be. This is actually also kind of an interesting buy, but the downward sloping moving averages is the deal breaker for me, and that's what it has been. This looks really bearish, and looks like the 50 is about to cross the 200. That also looks bearish. So I don't trust Canada yen just yet. I'm already in a short Aussie yen position, which I like, and I'm about to put on or re-put on the long dollar yen position. Okay, so that's Canada yen. Now let's go to the Australian dollar chart, and I do have 2 Australian dollar positions that are still short or still pending, haven't gotten filled yet. Not sure if they will. Let's see. Here's Aussie Canada. Okay, and we actually fell. This is interesting. We now rallied back into this price channel, fell to the 200 exponential moving average. And let's take a look at the 4-hour chart here. Yeah, okay. This is interesting. Now, if we can rise, if we can fall here, go back to here. Yes. Okay. So let's see. Enter at 98.31. Let's jump on the daily. And I'll put my stop. We could also expect a 200 exponential moving average. Okay. Stop at 97.63. So risk about 110 pips there. No, risk about 100 pips even, basically 95 pips. And we will. Oh, the issue is, let me actually remove this black line. And I'll make this a little thicker. Okay, so there we go. 98.31. 31 plus 24 is 55, risking 55 pips here. And targeting this level here, I'll make this line green. Okay, 98.31. And so yeah, this is, we're risking 55 to get about 200. So this is a little less than 4 to 1. Aussie CAD, this is a nice setup. I'll take this. Okay, long Aussie Canada. And Aussie Swiss, let's go to that. Probably no opportunity here. Euro Australian dollar. Or similar, the reason I mentioned Euro Australian dollar is it's going to be the inverse of that. So we really need a rally up here, and that's not, we're kind of far away from that. So let's see if we get closer. I'm going to forget about this for now. Aussie yen, we already looked at that. We're in that. The stop has been moved to break even. Aussie Q, we now have an order on here already. So in order to go short at this black line, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'm actually going to go ahead and cancel that order. Not really much of a point at this point. We're 227 pips away. I'll go ahead and delete this red line here. Okay, so that's Aussie Kiwi, Aussie dollar now. And this is another, I'll keep this entry order on for the moment, but it's pending. We need to pull back to 90.42. Let's see if that happens. Other than that, I mean, probably Australian dollar, a lot of the bear move has already begun, is what we're seeing. There's a long Aussie Canada opportunity, which I'm interested in. So we'll see. But in terms of the pairs of Canadian dollar or the Australian dollar is bearish on, looks like that opportunity is gone. In this instance, I actually am, even though I've got some Aussie long positions and some Aussie short positions, I think it makes sense. I think the Canadian dollar is sort of behaving in its own sort of format or path. It's not really observing correlations with all the other currencies. So I'm happy to go long Australian dollar against Canadian dollar and short the Australian dollar against other currencies. Well, the yen was the one I got filled on. Kiwi Canada. Okay, still in this uptrend. Need to get a sufficient pullback, which we do not have at the moment. Kiwi yen. And let's actually jump back to Kiwi Canada for a moment. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we really need a much bigger pullback. Maybe 90. Yeah, this isn't enough really. Um, but let's actually see what would be. I should at least update this chart with the right Fibonacci levels. So we could start from here and go up to this high here. Okay. And in that case, this line should be okay. So we can fall to 90.87. I'm just going to delete this line here. Or actually, I'll make it orange and dashed. Okay, so that's sort of, signaling if I did get long here and the price closed above here, that'd be the point I move my stop to break even, but it needs to come down here first. Coincide with the 50 simple moving average, have a 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. So there is some good confluence at this level at 90.87, right around there. But until then, it's just a waiting game. Kiwi Swiss. Okay. In an uptrend here, or excuse me, in a downtrend. This is similar to Euro Kiwi, which I have the order long already, or I have the pound Kiwi order long already. Maybe if it pulls back to 74.98, 75 basically, that could be interesting. Until then, there's not much I'm seeing here. And plus, we have this pattern of lower highs, which is also a little disturbing when thinking about a short order. So I'll pass on Kiwi Swiss. Swiss tends to be so choppy. It's difficult for me to trust it. Although, like I mentioned, that Euro Swiss trade could be really interesting if we keep sinking on that one. Kiwi Yen. Yeah, this is similar to the price action we're seeing on Euro Yen and Dollar Yen. I am going to put that Dollar Yen trade back on. I'm going to hold off on Euro Yen. I think that's Dollar Yen's enough to think about at the moment. So I'm not going to take anything on Kiwi Yen either, and Kiwi Dollar. Okay, this I did get stopped out at break even recently. However, is this order back on? Yeah, and well, I sort of misread this a little bit, um, because I had an entry order. So this is a case of moving my stop to break even too early. I had an entry order go short here, and an entry order go short of this black line, and my now when price touched down here, and I had these orders back here. So when price came here, I moved my stop to break even, which my stop was originally like up here or something. Moved it to break even and canceled this entry order. Now, price came back, it hit my stop, and it actually hit my other entry order too, and reversed immediately. So that was still a valid level, but because I took it off after the price started rallying from here, it didn't work. So in terms of analyzing this going forward, I think there's still an opportunity. I don't know if we can get a retest to this level. It might seem like it. It might seem like that's the better level to trade at. So I could put my stop there. And let's look at the 4-hour chart here. Let's see if that makes a difference. Okay. I think I will enter at 83.97 on QE dollar. Short at 83.97 with my stop at 84.70. And I'll probably, yeah, I'll do like I did before. I think it's still valid. Not sure if I'll get filled or if I made my mistake and that's sort of it. Short at 83.97. The other part and one half, the other half will be short at 84.25. The stop will be at 84.70 in both instances, and we'll target profit down here 80.93. Okay, so we have three orders coming on at the moment. Two or QE dollar is going to be divided at two entry points. This black line and that black line. Short QE dollar, long Aussie Canada, and well, let's look at pound Swiss again. I think I'm probably going to hold off on this. Let's see what the weekly says. Not much. Let's take a look at the daily. Let's zoom out a bit more. Yeah, I'm just, we have a little bit of pattern of lower highs in place, and that's my reason to not enter here. So we have this pattern of lower highs. Maybe if it falls to this, I'll need to see more candlestick evidence. Let's put it that way. If we really see an accumulation pattern forming, that'll be really compelling to me. Other than that, it's just I don't feel confident enough because we have the pattern of lower highs. We do have some bullish signs, but we have some bearish ones too. So that's not really what I'm interested in at the moment. So we'll stay away from pound Swiss. So I'm going to put my order to go long dollar yen, long Aussie Canada, and short Kiwi dollar. I'll have these orders documented on my blog on informedtrades.com. That's about it. Any questions you have, anything you want to add, join us at informedtrades.com. Thanks and best of luck in your trading. See you tomorrow.